Welcome to episode 12 of Gathering Nature. Today, I am super excited because it's one of my favourites. I'm not going to give anything away because we're going to go straight over to meet Natasha Lloyd now.
Hiya, Natasha here from Scotland, by the river at the moment, and just found the first lot of this year, for me anyway, of raspberries. I think you can see that there. These are so delicious. Jaden, let's talk all things raspberry. They're great fun. These are the wild ones, and they have a slightly different flavour in that they have a hint of vanilla in them. That's how I see it anyway. Let's talk.
Wild raspberry it is. Let's chat now. Another week, another plant, another fount of knowledge that is Natasha Lloyd, medical herbalist. Wild raspberry. Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, that's really beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't that a gorgeous illustration? The light's on it a little bit.
Kind of phallic on some, kind of like goddess vaginal Venus.
Can you see the uterus and the ovaries that are raspberries?
So I'm guessing that there's a link there with the raspberry itself, right?
It is, yes. So raspberry leaf is used for the third trimester of pregnancy.
Okay. Used how?
As a tea. And it tones up the uterus, getting it ready for birth.
Okay. So if I want to tone my uterus anyway, I can get on that.
You can.
Okay. Don't know if I have one. I have to find out.
You don't.
Not very good with things like that.
And mine's in menopause now, so it's a bit redundant.
Really? Well, time to firm.
It probably is a good time.
Feel special. Yeah, do it.
After it.
Okay. So the third trimester of pregnancy, it's used for firming the uterus. What else would you use it for medically?
Medically. Let me just check this book that I have here. See, I mostly use raspberry for taste, for the recipes.
Because it has got the best taste ever.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. And of course, the wild raspberries, which we have a nice picture here. I'll try not to get the light on this one.
Yeah.
They're tiny, but they pack a power of flavour with a hint of vanilla compared to the supermarket ones.
Okay.
So much nicer.
So tell me the difference between wild raspberry and a raspberry you would possibly buy from a garden centre and plant in your garden. Are they the same plant or just the same family or?
Same family, but the wild ones are non-cultivated. So the ones usually from a garden centre are going to be cultivated, and they've been created to have a bigger berry. And sometimes, like you get yellow raspberries. So there's all those different aspects to a
and this is all man-made stuff, pretty much.
Yeah, with nature.
Yeah, just we've been tinkering a little bit with it.
Tinkering.
But the wild raspberry, a lot smaller, a lot more potent flavour.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are good cultivated ones that are got good flavour as well. But the ones from the supermarket just feel pasty to me.
Yeah, I've obviously I'm in quite an agricultural land and I grow raspberries as well. And OMG, they are just. Always was a big strawberry fan until I grew my own. I guess they were still cultivated, probably still cultivated as well. No, they were wild, actually. They were wild raspberries here. And I just was like, right, see you later, strawberry. I'm now on team raspberry.
Yeah, I love the raspberries over strawberries, actually. And I know that's not a popular thing, but that's what my taste buds like.
People, I want you to add in the comments either an icon of a strawberry or an icon of a raspberry. What we want to see, who's team raspberry and who's team strawberry. Okay, that's your homework for your kids at home. So tell me more about the wild raspberry.
Okay, so I've got good information now from this particular book.
Show me that book. What is it? Oh my God, it's called Foraged Condiments. It looks amazing. Who? Natasha Lloyd. I recognise that name. Available on Amazon, kids, and make sure you get it. Actually, do make sure you get it because it's.
I mean, who would want these illustrations in their
absolutely.
house?
But also,
Yeah,
it's because
right.
that's how this is, because of the beauty of the book and the information of the book and the deliciousness of the book, that this show has been formed. So it is definitely a book for your bookshelves, especially the one in your kitchen, because there's some
Oh.
phenomenal recipes in there. Tell us, girl. Raspberry.
So the leaf contains calcium, iron, manganese, vitamins A, B, and C, and is, yeah, delicious. And it has resveratrol,
I beg your pardon.
which helps you. Right, so yeah, there are numerous papers on how resveratrol helps you and your health. Let me just quickly remember. This is terrible. I didn't do my homework before this one, did I? Resveratrol. There we go. It's a polyphenol found in the skin of grapes, berries, and it's antioxidant. I knew that before I even looked it up. It's annoying me that I had to look it up on camera. So it's the thing that makes all the berries good for us, and raspberry is very high in it.
Okay, amazing.
There was some other stuff that I wanted to put out to you from the book as well. So the leaves also have a lot of tannins in, which makes it very astringent. So that's the leaf, not the berry.
Okay.
And that's how it toned your uterus, is the amount of tannins. But
So
it was also...
if you didn't have a uterus, what would it do for a man?
It would tone up your digestion because it's got tannins in it. It makes things toned and...
So it would improve your digestive system, pretty much.
yeah, it would make it run more efficiently.
Okay. So it's almost a bit like a service, I guess.
A bit like that, yeah. Depending on what your system was doing. If you were already clogged up,
Yeah.
then you don't want tannins.
Okay.
If you were having loose bowels, then you want to tone them slightly.
Okay. All of a sudden, the deliciousness of raspberry has left me. But if you got the runs, you don't need it. No, you do need it. But if you're a bit clogged, if you're pooping pebbles, then I wouldn't take it, quite frankly.
We're being so polite, yes, aren't we? It's nice. And
Sorry, can I just interrupt again? This is the leaf, right?
This is the leaf, not the berry. The berry's not a problem. You got loads of the berries. Obviously, if you eat too many berries of any kind, you're going to get loose bowels. But then
can I just ask, well, with the berry, does it have any medicinal kind of impact as well, or not really? It's more the leaf.
More the leaf for medicinal, but the berries are really good for you. All berries are good for you.
Rich in vitamins, as you said, and
yeah,
cool.
But in a traditional way of using the leaf was to treat ulcers and wounds and conjunctivitis.
Okay. How would you do that? By a compress or?
Yeah, compress.
Bunging the leaf on your eye?
They were definitely used a lot more compresses in the past.
Right. How would you make a compress, just out of curiosity? So I've got conjunctivitis, I've got wild raspberry in my garden. What am I going to do?
So you grab some leaves.
Yeah.
You get them, you dampen them.
Okay.
You maybe crush them up a little, cut them up a little bit because they're fresh, and then put them over your eye.
That's simple.
Yeah. You could maybe do a bandage to hold it there for a bit.
Wow, okay. So it really is literally straight from the garden, straight into the
you want to wash them just to make sure there's nothing on the leaves.
Well, I guess if you wash them, they're going to be damp anyway, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't need to boil or anything like that.
But that's an old remedy, so I don't know. I've never actually done that.
Yeah.
I would be doing other things, I think, for conjunctivitis than raspberry leaves. Okay. But you can see the tannic quality would help dry that out. But whether they have antibacterial properties needs to be looked at a little bit deeper.
Right. Okay. So take me to the best part of the show when we talk about luscious food and culinary aspects of the plant.
Oh, there's so much you can do. Again, I mean, wild raspberry jam is one of the best there is, isn't it?
I haven't made it, but I have tried it when I was back in the UK, and it was delish.
Gorgeous, really gorgeous. a syrup, which you could then make into an ice cream or just pour on your ice cream.
Yeah. Milkshake.
Yeah,
You just
the possibilities are endless. The only limitation is your own imagination.
okay. And like on last week's show, I think it was last week's show. No, it was the Elder show. So it was 2 weeks ago. We was talking about me making slow gin and berry vodka and damson brandy. I forgot to mention the damson brandy. Actually, that was also really nice. But you could make probably raspberry vodka and raspberry gin and everything as well, couldn't you? That would be.
Yeah, there's been a whole explosion of flavoured vodkas in the UK now,
Okay.
and raspberry's been quite popular.
Yes, and I guess if it was wild raspberry and you're making it straight from the plant, that's probably, and leaving it for a year to kind of get all that sugar, alcohol, raspberry mix. God, that's going to be like drinking pure nectar from heaven, I think.
Absolutely. Add a touch of honey to it.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, real honey, not the supermarket crap.
Oh no, I've got some real honey that someone gave me the other day. 2 pots.
I'm very lucky here, actually. It's all real honey because we've got so much, it's
Sugar in this.
That's amazing. So jams, milkshakes, alcohol flavorings, chutney, we don't even need to. That's the first to go, quite frankly. That's where we go first. Raspberry crumble. What about things like? I guess you'd have them on salads as well. You can mix them with your dandelion leaves and your other leaves because that would be really quite tasty. And some of the flowers, your rose petals and stuff like that. That could be nice. We talked earlier in one of the other shows, which was the Elder again, about making it almost like vinegar, like a balsamic. Could you do that with the raspberry, do you think?
Oh yes, easily. And
That would be super.
Done that is delicious.
And could you put raspberry in any kind of chutneys or pickles or anything like that? Or is it too...
You can pickle that. I mean, I pickled strawberries and they were really good.
Really?
So pickled strawberries with some elderflower cordial. Just a touch.
How do you pickle something like that? Is it just putting it in white vinegar?
Yeah, so you would very gently slice the... let's do raspberries because that's what we're on.
Yeah.
Cut the raspberries in half.
Yeah.
And then you would very gently heat the vinegar with a bit of sugar and salt to balance
it's white vinegar, is it?
I tend to use cider vinegar.
Okay. So could you use white vinegar if that was all that was available?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So you gently heat it with how much sugar and how much salt?
I tend to use, say, a jar.
Yeah, like a coffee jar almost.
Yeah, like this sort of jar, maybe a bit bigger.
Yeah, okay.
No. I would put maybe a tablespoon of sugar. That might be too sweet for raspberries, though, so maybe half of that, 7.5 grams.
Like a dessert spoon, then almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just a touch of salt.
Pinch of salt.
Just a pinch.
And how much vinegar? Enough to fill that jar.
Fill the jar, yeah.
Okay. And then what do you do? Just
heat it gently.
Yeah.
To dissolve the sugar and the salt.
But not boil it.
I wouldn't boil it because you're going to break down the raspberries really quickly if you boil it.
Oh, okay. So the raspberries in the vinegar while you're boiling it all up.
Yeah,
and then let it together.
Yeah, but gently, really, really gently, just to a slight simmer, and then just enough to dissolve the sugar and the salt. Then take that down, cool it down, and then pour it into the jar. And cooling it is where you extract some of the flavors as well with pickling.
Okay, so cool it as in you just leave it alone covered, right?
Yeah.
And put it in the jar and put it in the fridge, and you eat the... Is it still liquidy, or is it kind of more solid at this point?
Oh, no, it'll be quite liquidy.
So it's still like... So would you drink the vinegar, or is it you'll just take the fruit out and eat the fruit?
Both.
Really? So you can... All of it's edible?
Yeah.
I've never done that. I'm going to do that.
Your kitchen's going to be busy.
I'm going to be like bloody... The Nigella Lawson of Chiapas, Mexico. I am. It's going to be crazy.
We'll do some videos.
That smoking, drinking elderflower wine and cooking up a beef Wellington. That'll be me.
That sounds great.
That's actually, I'm quite looking forward to the new Jaden. Anything more? I do love wild raspberry.
I mean, there's so many things you could do, but I think that's enough for now.
Okay, people at home, if you've done anything with wild raspberries or raspberries, but let's try and do wild if we can, because you just obviously collected them from the hedgerows in your fields around where you live. What have you done with them? Have you made them into? Could they be used? Sorry, I digress. Could they be used in anything like dyes, or do they extract like a redness that you could dye clothes with, or?
So dyeing's quite different for clothes in terms of that you need a mordant to fix the colour.
Okay.
That's quite often, like iron as a mordant, salt, I think, and onion.
Okay.
It's not my real area of expertise. I've just played with it a little bit.
Okay. But
yeah, you need other things to fix it. So whether it would fix a red colour, I don't know.
Okay. Well, people, let us know what you've done with wild raspberries, how you've had it, how you've used it medicinally, culinary, aesthetically. Have you used it magically? Have you just dried, I don't know, wild raspberry and hung it over a door for a particular reason? Anything that you've used any of the plants in these shows for, please let us know. Please write in the comment section. It'd be really lovely for us to gather more information and to be able to share extra information with those people watching the show. Nat, it ain't over yet. We're still going to go and speak to Layla and Jackie. So let's go and see what they have to tell us, shall we?
Yes, that sounds fun.
Darling, I will see you next week. Layla, Jackie, here we come. Well, yes, it is definitely time to put more meat on those bones, and let's go and meet the amazing Layla Neal and Jackie Thackeray.
Hi, it's Layla and I'm on the Northeast Trail and I'm in a glorious patch of wild raspberries. And this plant traditionally is both medicinal and for sustenance. In fact, this patch has given me several bags of raspberries for crumble. But there's a lot more to this plant than that. Traditionally, the Ojibwe called this miscomin, and they used to chew the leaves before a journey to kind of usher in good luck for safe passage. We know it medicinally, as I'm sure as Tash has told, for toning the uterus before childbirth, for menstrual pain. It can be used as a gargle for sore throats, and it can be used as a wound wash, also for stomach aches. If I wanted to use some of these leaves, I could make an iced tea out of it, do an infusion. So there's a lot of things you can do with raspberry leaf, and it's nutritious and really worthy of a note when you see a wild patch. Thank you.
We're now going to look at wild raspberry. It's an interesting plant, and it's sacred to the feminine divine and to the triple goddess of maiden, mother and crone, as worshipped by many Wiccans. It symbolises the vulnerability of the maiden and the strength of the mother and the wisdom and the endurance of the crone. Its leaves are often used in spells of fertility and rituals to invoke pregnancy. You can use charm bags for this. And the colour red symbolises love and the heart chakra, healthy emotions and strong relationships. It also has thorns, and I like this because you have all of the symbols of love and the symbols of femininity, but with the thorns you have boundaries. That idea of strengthening boundaries, either your personal boundaries in relationships and friendships with lovers, or physical boundaries. So you can plant wild raspberry around your property as a physical boundary to protect it. It's also really lovely healing. So you can make a tea and drink for healing, or you can put leaves in a bath. And it is said if you bathe in wild raspberry, it promotes healing and strengthening of failing relationships. I don't know, maybe bath together. That could be quite fun. It's also really good for meditation. I sometimes make a wild raspberry leaf tea when I am going into meditation or journeying or using for a drum circle, or using runes or tarot. It just helps open up your psychic awareness, and it also connects you to your spiritual path, whatever that might be. So you can carry it as a luck charm as well to attract blessings into your relationship. So it's a really versatile plant, and that's some of the things that you can do with wild raspberry.
Hope you enjoyed today's episode of Gathering Nature. We will all be back next week with a wonderful plant. You want to know what it is? You're going to have to tune in to find out. Please like, please subscribe. That is the most important. Please comment. Please hit the tinkly bell so you know exactly when the next episode of JCTV is live. And we will all see you next week on Gathering Nature. Ta-ra for now. Bye-bye.